guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy for those of you who are just joining, and for those of you who are returning, great to see you again, and thanks for being here. So, we are going to be looking into the personality archetypes of the family members regarding Jack and Lily's disappearance. I'm going to start with Daniel. And then I want to try to get the three of them in one reading. So I'm going to start with Daniel. See what we get. Then I'm going to go to his brother. Because I did not like that picture with him kicking back like this in the RV. On the four-wheeler. That doesn't look like somebody who is searching for a kid. Doesn't even look like somebody who's concerned that there's a bunch of people on their property, like, because of a missing kid. 2 missing kids. So, really suspicious there. And then the mother. So, yeah. And then I'm going to look into Malaya. But I'm going to leave her for last. And I don't know why. But I just feel an urgency to look at Daniel and his brother and his mother first. I don't know why, but that's what I'm feeling called to do. So, that's what I'm going to do. Going to be using my Malaya Oracle of Souls deck. And I mixed it with my Angelarium, the second deck. Yeah, I forget what it's called, the second Angelarium deck. But anyways, that's what this one is. And then this backing, cards that look like this, is the Malaya deck. Going to be using Sacred Woundings 2 archetypes. So these are archetypes that develop from certain wounds. Going to be using Missing Variables as well, and Whispers of the Unsolved True Crime Oracle, and tarot, of course, and then my tokens if I feel called to use them. Okay. Make some room here. Everything said in this video is alleged, in my opinion, based on the energy and the card meanings, not facts. Oh, and I need the tarot deck. Okay. Alrighty. So, first off, I'm just gonna do a quick shuffle for you on camera. I'm going to choose Daniel. Daniel. And I'm gonna, obviously, you know how, for those of you who are returning viewers, you guys know how I do things with the shuffling, so. Okay. Give me a personality, or give me a card. Give me a card that represents Daniel's dominant personality archetype on the day that Jack and Lily went missing. Thanatos. Warden of Dis. D-I-S. And it says completion, support, and expediency underneath. All right. Next, I'm going to pull one of the Sacred Woundings 2 archetypes deck. All right. Give me a card that represents Daniel's the wound of the silenced oracle. Oh gosh, okay. I'm reading this. Knowing truth, but being punished for speaking it. This wound forms when your insight is met with fear, dismissal, or punishment, and you may have spoken from clarity or intuition only to be shamed, ignored, or cast out. It can leave you doubting your inner knowing, afraid to share your voice, or burying your truth to stay safe. So this is a person that can keep his mouth shut. This is a person that has learned to keep his mouth shut over things. Interesting. I also feel like he was doing that to the kids. Like, yeah. Okay. Ugh. Let me get one more of these cards. Is there another card that can represent, thank you. And it's a female. Nyx, Enchantress of the Night. Secrets, vigilance, and subterfuge. This is Daniel and Malaya. They're coming out together. Okay. Okie dokie. I'll start with Daniel. Okay. Give me Okay. Give me three cards that represents Daniel's state of mind on the day that something happened to the kids. And I say it that way because I don't believe that the kids went missing the day that they called the cops. Absolutely not. I think it happened a lot, like a few days before that, I believe. Okay. So whatever day that was, what was Daniel's frame of mind? We've got the Lovers. We've got the Ace of Wands. And we've got the Six of Swords. So the Lovers represents choices, okay? And what's interesting is that it's representing, the card in and of itself is representing their relationship, Malaya and Daniel's. And then the Ace of Wands is about an idea that you want to put into action. But at this stage, it's just inspiration. It's not an actual full-blown plan yet. And then the Six of Swords is about moving to calmer waters, moving through something. The card that fell out actually is the Sun in reverse. And there's two children on the card. Okay, so moving on to calmer waters because there's been blocked happiness regarding the two children. So what is his role regarding the blocked happiness of the children? Like, what is Daniel's role regarding the blocked happiness of the two children? We have the Knight of Swords. This is about being very impatient. It's about being assertive, thinking quickly, and in being driven. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So this is interesting. This is the third time I'm noticing a pattern of him and her, him and her, him and her. I specifically said that I wanted to do this differently. I wanted to do her last. But we got this card. The Nyx Enchantress of the Night. So it's like, no, you got to include her with him. Okay. And now we got the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I'm just, noticing the pattern. So What's interesting is, so the queen has more power than the knight, right? She gives constructive criticism. She gives direct communication. She gives clear boundaries. This is okay, so it just occurred to me that if this is not Malaya, then this is another female that was there. And what other female lives there? The mother, Daniel's mother. Interesting. Okay. Okay, what more can you tell me about fresh ideas? Okay. Queen of Swords gives direct communication. To the Knight of Swords regarding a child. Page of Wands, this is a young spirit, limitless potential, cheerfulness, energetic. This is one of the kids. I believe this is Lily. Or this can just represent both of the kids. But anyway, like, what is this direct communication? What is she telling him about? What is she saying to him about the kid? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, this is Malaya. The Queen of Wands is Malaya. The Queen of Swords is Daniel's mother. This is either Daniel or... This is Daniel because we're talking about Daniel. The Page of Wands is Lily. Queen of Wands is Malaya. So, question was, what direct communication did Daniel's mother say regarding Lily? I had to do something about her mother being a social butterfly. Or something like that. Six of Wands. This is about recognition. Public recognition. And, like, praise, award, being rewarded for your efforts. Page of Swords is about being vigilant, watching your back. Also wanting, like, having a thirst for knowledge. So, like, trying to get that knowledge. And then the Five of Wands is about conflict avoidance. something, okay, you know how this is reading to me? Is like, be careful what you say. Be careful what you say and how you act. Because you want to win the public and the attention. You want to make it look like you're cooperating fully. That's what was told to her. That's what was told to both of them. And man, well, I mean, Malaya went public for like a day. The next day, she bailed and she left, leaving Daniel to be in front of the camera. So that's like, so, okay. Next question I'm going to ask is, did any parts of Daniel's personality cause the kids to vanish? This is a reading about his personality, so let's focus on that and see what we can get. Did any parts of Daniel's personality cause the children to vanish? Stuck in the past. 6 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Pentacles upright. Possessiveness. 2 of Cups, relationship. And Justice in reverse, dishonesty and retribution. Lack of accountability, legal issues. So yes. So his inability to let go of something, as well as his long-term security. So he was really naive to something. And the inability for him to move on from something, or needing something quickly, has to do with there was 2 things that caused one thing was his inability to let go of something, whether it is an idea, like the idea of him making easy money, he couldn't let go of that. And also his financial situation, which was probably caused by decisions that he's made that weren't the healthiest. Those were the 2 factors that helped create the situation that they're in. The 2 of Cups is referring to the relationship he has with Malaya. And it's also representing the 2 children. So, answer is yes. What was he not able to let go of? What was he not able to let go of? So, he gets some clarity on something that he was not able to let go of. Some sort of... An illusion ends for him. Yeah. Emperor in reverse. So, he learns something that he is not able to let go of. He is not able to forgive at all. Oh my God. I think I just... Oh my God, okay. He learns something about his relationship that he is not able to let go of. He is not able to forgive whatsoever. The illusion ends for him, and the clarity that he gains triggers the Emperor in reverse, which is domineering, immaturity, excessive control, recklessness, all of these things triggers in him. And then we get justice in reverse at the end of it all. Legal issues, dishonesty, lack of accountability, retribution. And that makes sense as to why Malaya picked up and left. Clarifier. Judgment. Yeah. That is a final decisions. A wake-up call. A reckoning. Yep. Wow. Let me get a missing variable. Shadow of Deceit. Queen of Spades. Okay, I'm going to use my die. What section on this card applies? 6. Mysterious figure. Little is known about her past, but her actions speak volumes. He wanted to punish her. But instead of doing anything to his own kid, he does something to Lily and Jack. And it was for financial. It was for money. She finds out. She bails. Wow. All right. And that's why this card came up with him. She must have cheated on him because, like, Enchantress of the Night. Yeah. Gee, you don't cross Daniel Martell or else he'll friggin' sell your kids. Describe Malaya's role in this. King of Cups. King of Wands, Knight of Wands in reverse, and Wheel of Fortune upright. So we have a King of Cups. This is devotion. Knight of Wands is about having a hot temper, being impatient, having frustrations, being reckless, arrogant, domineering, passive aggressive. Then we have unexpected events, a turning point. So let's get what that is. Give me one card to explain this turning point. It's the Sun in reverse again. That's what the turning point was. Give me a card that clarifies the Sun in reverse. Gives more insight to that. The Devil. Toxic energies, abuse and neglect. Wow. Inner clarity. The Star. So this represents when she puts the pieces together and she realizes what happened. Okay. Oh, that's creepy. This whole row is just creeping me right out. Let's get some whispers on this. I'm sorry, this reading is going really all over the place. I apologize. Okay, give me some whispers regarding Daniel's role in the kid's disappearance. Premeditated. Flight, air travel, disposing of evidence, corruption, plot twist. This is literally selling the kids. Allegedly, my opinion. This is handing over something and getting money in exchange for it. And it's right, it's funny how I set this up, but you'll notice it's right underneath premeditated. He's been thinking about doing that for a while. Flight and air travel is underneath plot twist. Okay. Give me a few whispers that will help explain plot twist. Family flipped over and love flipped over. She pissed him right off. Whatever she did behind his back, it pissed him right off. It's very interesting that nothing happened to his own kid, but the other two, they were up for grabs, apparently. Evidence. All right. Give me a few cards for Malaya's involvement. Political. I don't understand the meaning of this one. Like it's not literally political. Like there's an out of the box kind of meaning to this card, and for this I'm not exactly connecting the dots yet. Okay. Give me a few other cards regarding Malaya's involvement. So we've got supplier in reverse. Affair, cheating in reverse. Dismemberment. And thief. The thief is referring to someone taking her kids. This, I believe, is what she did to Daniel that pissed him right off. Plans falling apart. Everything falling apart. She is not the supplier, if you will, or the source of this. Well, she is. Okay. She is, because if it wasn't for this, you wouldn't have pissed him off. Allegedly, my opinion. Okay. Clean this up a bit. Okay, let's get some tarot. Okay, give me 2 rows of 5 cards. What happened to the kids? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1. Shit. 2. 3, 4, 5. Okay. The Magician is about willpower and turning visions into reality. Okay. The Moon is about an illusion ending. And Strength is the inner turmoil from this illusion ending. It's like you realize something you didn't know was there before, and once you realize it, you're like suffering. And it screws your 8 of Pentacles in reverse is about not having any focus. Like you're totally consumed by this thing. And it's about the Empress. All has to do with her. Allegedly, my opinion. So give me a card to represent this manifestation, like what happened right before that. Give me one card that is the trigger for the Magician. One card that is the trigger for the Magician. It's too many cards. One card. Okay, I don't want to use any of those because they didn't come out all at once. Or they came out all at once and I'd have to pick all of them. So give me one card that represents what happened right here, right before the Magician. Okay, so we've got the Fool, and this is about being a free spirit, new beginnings. It's often kind of associated with being young. And then what came out was the 5 of Wands, and and Temperance in reverse, which is imbalance. So yeah, there was an imbalance. There was a fight that ended. So this is representing an end of conflict. But the disruptive energy is still there, and that created a new beginning of more conflict, essentially. So what happens next? What so This represents him finding out about what she did and all of that. The next part is about the kids. Give me 5 cards for the second row that explains how the kids vanished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. First card, 2 of Swords. Okay. So we've got difficult decisions. And that's right underneath the Magician. And when a card is underneath another card in rows like this card usually, it's amazing how this happens, but it's always like an underlying cause or a direct connection, something like that. So weighing up the options in his head. Figuring out what to do. Making difficult decisions. 10 of Pentacles in reverse is financial failure and deep family conflicts. Five of Cups, it's like Daniel felt abandoned. So his crime reflects how he felt. He felt that she abandoned him when she had an alleged affair. And he wanted to inflict that same feeling back to her. King of Wands, that's how he sees himself, taking control, charming, boldness, and he is pretty bold, like how he is on with the media. And here's the Justice card again. Truth and accountability. The truth is revealed. Wow, okay. I'm going to end this reading here. Sorry, this was not at all how I wanted or planned this reading to go as far as structure was concerned. Yeah, this is weird. I will see you very shortly with another reading, and I'll get back to the personality archetypes in the next video, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.